It's the Scott Murray Show, Relationship Roundtable. You've watched him on television for over 3 decades. Now he's on the radio with Steve Bruneman and Trey Harris. Welcome to Relationship Roundtable.
Hello again along on this afternoon. We're going to be here till 6 o'clock today. Thanks for stopping by. Trey and Steve both have the day off, but we are delighted to welcome all kinds of folks today. And the first group we're going to be talking about and talking to represent the All-Stars Project. And for youth, we're delighted to welcome Antoine Joyce and Hank Neely. Antoine is the city leader of the All-Stars Project here in Dallas. As a matter of fact, he is a product of this incredible organization that I was introduced to earlier this year, and I said, whoa, had no idea. We got to tell the world more about what you're doing. So that's why they're here today. I did say whoa.
You did say whoa.
All right, that's a good thing. And side is Hank Neely. He's a Dallas-based partner at Ernst & Young. I trust you've heard of them before. Hank is on the Dallas board of the All-Stars Project, and not only is he personally committed financially and all that good stuff, but he's one of those people that understands it's more about than just writing a check. So he's out there yeoman's duty, lifting stuff, moving stuff, making a difference in the lives of kiddos, boys and girls alike. And it simply doesn't get any better than that, as I'm sure you've heard us say many, many times in the past. So welcome to you both. Great to have you here.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you for having us.
Well, no, we're delighted to have you here. All-Stars Project. People are saying, okay, I know Big Brothers, Big Sisters. I know Boys and Girls Club. All-Stars Project. And again, you're dealing with youth as both of those that I used as an example, but tell us about it.
Yeah, well, thank you. So the All-Stars Project is a national nonprofit organization. So we were founded in 1981 in New York City. Mm-hmm. I came to Dallas in 2013 to bring the All-Stars here. And what we do,
And of course, you like Texas much better than New York, right?
Well, you know, yeah, it's growing on me.
All right.
It's growing on. I am a proud Dallas Texan. You know?
Cowboys fan yet, or are you still pulling for the Giants or the Jets?
I'll tell you this. I did watch the first game of the Cowboys versus San Francisco in the preseason.
Okay, very
They
good.
were looking good to that last 2 minutes. That did hurt.
That's all right. This is preseason. This is called practice.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Get it in gear. September's not that far away.
So I'm root for my boys. Root for my boys.
Enough on the Cowboys. Tell me about the All-Stars Project.
We provide free after-school development programs. We impact the lives of thousands of young people each year through 2 core programs. One is called the All-Stars Talent Show Network. It's where young people produce and perform in hip-hop talent shows in their neighborhoods. And then our second core program is the Development School for Youth, as you mentioned, where young people learn how to perform as professionals. So they meet with people like Hank. They attend weekly workshops in corporate America, learn about resume writing, public speaking, dressing professionally, but also learning, very closely about how people came to learn about the world of work.
And as I said at the beginning, you're a product of this program. So where did that all come about? You were in New York City.
I was in New York City, yeah. So 1991 is when I found the All-Stars. And the short of my story is, I grew up in a poor neighborhood. I didn't know I was poor. My mother was a single parent. Everybody around us was poor. So you kind of just thought that was a norm.
That was the norm, yeah.
And I went to school and I got good grades. And I was related to as a smart kid. And I was put in some smart programs. And then I reached a point in 10th grade where I was plucked out, put into a new school, mostly white school, and wasn't the smart kid anymore. And I got related to differently. I didn't know what was happening, why I wasn't a smart kid anymore, and why I didn't seem to have these things that the other students had in the classes that made them just more, as we say, worldly. So I kind of retreated. Went back to my neighborhood, wanted to join a gang. You really actively searched out trying to join gangs and be a part of that. And it was this one summer, my cousins did a talent show. They were dancers, and it took my interest in a different path. So I started dancing. Then I became a volunteer for talent shows and became the MC. And as you know, we grew around the country, and I started to help produce and bring the All-Stars around the country. And
So we're going to see on America's Got Talent sometime soon, or what?
No, not anymore. I'm 40, and I've given up that passion. But maybe some of our young people, possibly. But my job now is to empower young people to have opportunities in their lives.
Well, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good for you for making good decisions. And you mentioned a moment ago you went to a white school, so this is radio, and obviously not like television. People can't see you. You're an African American.
I am.
And we did a story not so long ago here on the program that 74%, in other words, 3 out out of every 4 African Americans today, born, boy or girl, are born in a family that has no father at home. Correct. So that's an incredible figure. And yet you obviously had you talk about a cousin or a good role model, a grandmother, a mom, somebody was there to say, you know what? Good decision is going to get you where you want to go in this world. So good for you for listening.
You know what it was after joining the talent shows and meeting more adults who cared about me and helped me rebuild who I was and say, you are a smart kid and you are. So in the All-Stars, we tell young people that you can create multiple performances.
And I've met some of the young people boy, that one young man that I spoke with, I went, whoa, he was like in 8th grade. And I was talking to somebody that was soon to be a Rhodes Scholar. The kid had such insight in the world, and I can only imagine where he might have come from. Much the same as you in a tough neighborhood in New York City. So good for you, Antoine. Thanks for being here. And Hank, why don't you jump on board and pick up where Antoine left off? Your involvement and why are you from Dallas originally?
Not from here originally, but
okay.
I got here as quick as I could.
Sounds good. And you're an attorney.
I'm a CPA, actually.
Okay, CPA. Yeah. And so why this organization? What was it that you saw, I need to be a part of this?
Well, I was at a point personally where I was profit to get involved with, and you touched on this earlier, but to do more than just write a check. The financial support is obviously important for all of these organizations, but it was really about looking for an organization, where I could make a difference and I could achieve some personal growth as well. And so the mission of the All-Stars Project is extremely compelling. There's power in its simplicity, and that's focused on development of youth from poor communities through the power of performance. And once you understand that and you meet someone like Antoine who makes the organization even more compelling, then I think it's easy for those of us in the business community to get on board and support many of the programs that they offer. The greatest involvement that I've had, Scott, is the program called Development School for Youth. It's a leadership program that we run in the spring and the fall. And businesses like Ernst & Young, Hunt Consolidated, TAC Energy, Hilltop Securities, Fidelity, we all get involved in hosting workshops focusing on things like resume writing, communication skills, all sorts of personal to prepare each of these young people to then go on into summer internship programs in the corporate community. 5 to 6 week summer internship programs at Ernst & Young. We've got 4 interns currently in our business. We've had 12 interns since 2015, since we started the internship program here. I think we've got some 30-odd interns nationally in the 4 cities that Ernst & Young is involved with the All-Stars. And the growth that you see in a very short period of time is just incredible. These kids are hungry. They're looking for opportunity and a way to change their lives, and the All-Stars Project does that for them.
Let me ask you this. Antoine really very explicitly shared with us where he came from, where he got to, and how he now continues to make a difference in the lives of those that need it most, as they say, much like he was when he was growing up. My question to you, having not come from that background, what is it that is unique to you or really special about the All-Stars Project that you say, you know what, there's a great organization over here for young people. Hey, here's another great organization for young people. Wow, look at that. Are they ever helping kids? But what is it about this group that you say, this is where I want to be?
That's an interesting question, and I go back to the mission itself of the organization, Scott. It's been around for 30 years. It started in New York in 1981. There's an academic underpinning to the mission that essentially says that what's lacking for many of our young adults across the country aren't educational opportunities. It's the personal development that they need to really take advantage of those educational opportunities. And I think that's what the All-Stars is great at. It starts to
giving them a chance in the real world, the practical world.
No, that's right. And they don't have to be preparing themselves to go on to college. It can be for other endeavors outside of that, going on to vocational schools, going on to other forms of work, but improving their own lives, that of their family, and that of their communities.
That's go ahead.
We've had, so So we're touching the lives of over 5,000 young people here in Dallas.
Okay,
in the
that was my next question.
Yeah.
How many people are we talking about here? Boys, girls? What's the percentage?
Yeah, so we actually come pretty
Is it a
50-50 with the boys and girls. And so, again, we're working in all the southern sector communities right now and moving to some of the northern communities as well with our outreach programs and our weekly workshops. So in Development School for Youth, we had over 45 young people who are in paid summer internships this summer. And so what that gives a young person, tell a story about a good friend of mine, Jesse. So he's from West Dallas. He went to Pinkston High School. He spoke at our last luncheon and said, he wanted to go to college. And when he got to El Centro, he felt ill prepared. He didn't have English for over a year, his last year in Pinkston High School. So his first internship was with TAC Energy. And they loved him so much that they said, when you graduate from El Centro, we'll offer you a job. So now he's working in the energy sector. Is a kid who, wasn't in ever a corporate environment in his life.
How's that make you feel? When you see that, you see a young man like you're talking, and I'm sure
I'm smiling for those who can't see me.
Yeah, you are. You are smart, as well you should be.
Yeah.
It don't get much better than that.
No, it doesn't. That's a very, big story. There's some young people who just had the experience of getting in the elevator for the first time. All those little things are very important for me because what it says is, and like how my life was, when you know that there's another part of the world, then you can start to achieve it. For many of for many of our young people, they don't know that this other world exists. Mm-hmm. So we're asking
things we take for granted, right?
Correct. That's right. So, you ask the kids to go to school to learn about things, and then you say, why don't you want to learn this? Well, they're not excited. They're not motivated. There's no hope there because around their community, like I was, you didn't see anybody who was a CPA. Right. I didn't know any attorneys, so now the job of DSY is to bring them to meet Hank and his colleagues. EY around the country has been such a great partner for us, and we have great national partners with Fidelity and Amly and Guidepost Solutions and a lot of, companies here, Hilltop Securities. These are, I'll be frank, mainly white adults who are working with Black and Hispanic young people. Mm-hmm. And they're saying, look, this is the secret. This is how you get ahead. These are the things you do. You can create a new performance for your life, shake someone's hand, look them in the eye, ask them a question, and you can grow.
Yeah, and with all the shenanigans that are going on in our world now, crazy as it might be, the lack of dignity and respect, it's nice to hear there are some people out there. You talk about the Ernst & Youngs and some of the other people you just met.
Right.
Good for them. Good for them. I got to hold you right there because we got to take a break.
Okay.
I'm talking to Antoine Joyce, Hank Neely. We're talking about the All Stars Project right here in Dallas, Texas. We're back with more after this.
Welcome back to the Scott Murray Show as the Relationship Roundtable continues with Steve, Trey, and Scott.
Welcome back. Great to have you along till 6 o'clock tonight. And as I mentioned at the top, Steve and Trey both have the night off, but we're going to be back in studio together 1 week from today, so certainly hope you'll join us at that time. But in the meantime, delighted to welcome the All Stars Project. We've been talking to Antoine Joyce and Hank Neely, and they are involved with this incredible organization that we've already shared a great deal of information with you about and what they do day to day. Let's talk about money, something that nonprofits love to be a part of.
Yeah.
Where do you get it? You talk about organizations like Ernst & Young and Hank, anteing up out of his own, philanthropic endeavors. But
exactly.
How about that? Other people, or how somebody might get involved if they'd like to.
Well, wonderful. So it's very easy to get involved. You go to our website, www.allstars.org. We're 100% privately funded.
Say that again, allstars.org. That's it? Just All Stars, no hyphens, no anything?
No
just
hyphen,
allstars.org.
There you go.
That's easy.
It's very easy, yeah. We're 100% privately funded. So again, Hank and his family has been very generous. Our board chair, Hunter Hunt, and his family has been very generous. And again, these are personal dollars, and they also help us meet other individuals in Dallas, and their companies get involved. So our money comes from, caring adults, and that's the key, is partnering caring adults with our young people. And we call it involvement philanthropy because it's not just about the dollars. It's
Right.
about, again, having Hank meet the young people and having EY lead the workshops.
So almost as a mentor, as a role model of sorts.
Correct. So the young people, the beautiful thing that happened, a year ago, I was on a bus with 50 of our young people and going to SMU, and we was driving through downtown. And they said, "Oh, wait, there's EY, there's Hunt. There's Pioneer. There's they can name all the companies downtown inside of them. So that's the key.
Very cool.
They have relationships.
Very cool. That's got to make you feel good, huh, Hank?
Real good. Makes a difference in what they want to do.
Are you involved with any of the other programs over at the All-Star Project?
Yeah, I am. There are 3 primary programs at the All-Stars Project. One starts with just talent shows, hip-hop talent shows that Antoine got involved with when he was with the organization back in New York early on.
Right?
But
The little short guy?
You're a young guy.
One of the other programs we call Conversation Cops and Kids, and you touched on this earlier, some of the divisiveness in the community and the lack of trust. And this is about creating live conversations between those in our police department who are out there working hard for us every day, and some of the young people in this community who might not always see police in a favorable light. And it's been very impactful to put them together in workshops and role play and things like that. So
that's fantastic.
Very impactful program.
Good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, great. So thank you. Yeah, we got to do my shout out. Shout out to the Dallas Police Department and the Police Athletic League, and to the DISD Police, who've been our partners with that program for a while. And Bank of Texas has been a great partner. Baker McKenzie, KPMG, all great partners. Also, my good friend Stratton, who introduced me to you. Right. Stratton Horse at Wilson Elser. So they're a good new partner of ours
Stratton's
this
a
year.
good friend.
Yeah,
great guy.
And,
very philanthropic.
And also, you're big thing. You're hosting our luncheon November 6th. So we have a big luncheon. We're going to raise $500,000 this year at the luncheon at the Sheraton Hotel. So if people want to get involved in that way, you could buy tables or just sponsor some young people to be there as well.
And how do they do that?
So
Again, the website?
Just go to the website, allstars.org. Look at Dallas, and you'll find all the information there. You can call me at 214-484-2112.
Say it again.
214-484-2112.
Okay.
We'd love to talk to you about being part of the luncheon as well. We honored Hank a year ago. He's just a model of what we like to put on a pedestal, I should say.
No, I understand.
The best, he's blessed to know, but he's been such a great champion of ours. So we honored him here in Dallas and in our New York gala in Lincoln Center a year ago. And this year we're honoring the CEO of TAC Energy, Greg Arnold. So it's going to be a great luncheon.
That's great. Well, congratulations. A little belated, but that's great, Hank. And I think it's wonderful that you do all that you do. And you're certainly, there's a lot of people just like Hank that have a wallet that can, cough up a few bucks, and they do that, and then you never see them. And it's obvious that he is really in tune with what you guys are doing. And also, thanks to you for what you've done.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Go look in the mirror. Really, you probably could win the award too if you hadn't been so much a part of this. So thanks all you do for our young people. When I walked in there, and I don't want to be just over the top here, but when I walked in, when Stratton said, I want you to meet this place or go to this place, All Stars Project, and I had no idea what I was going to. And I've been involved with nonprofits for basically my whole life. And there's some good, some not so good. And I walked into this and I thought, whoa. And it was just a good feeling from start to finish. Met a couple of the other people. And then, as I said, I met some of the people that you are working so hard to help them in their young life right now. And I was really impressed. So thanks for all you continue to do. Are there any closing thoughts from either one of you that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, it doesn't take much to get involved. We're looking for all types of involvement. So, people always say, well, I can't give a lot. Well, we have donors who give $25 a year, and that's great.
You get enough of those, it adds up, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. We have people who come out and volunteer to come out of town. Hank and his family comes to the talent show. So sometimes just showing up and being supportive to our young people. So if you want to volunteer at the All Stars, we need, caring adults who want to volunteer. Obviously, we need donations. We want to build more bridges across Dallas, and I'm just looking to partner and build more opportunities for our young people. So internships for 2019, I'm starting to look for those as well. Mm-hmm. So if you have a opening at your company, we'll love to work with you.
Allstars.org. It's that easy. Final thought from you. How about it, Hank?
Well, Dallas has a great business community, Scott, and so many of the companies here in town are involved with organizations like the All-Stars. But if you're in the business community or your business looking to get involved with a great organization, then I'd encourage you to consider making a difference in the lives of kids here in Dallas.
Well, I'm looking forward to being a part of the program on November 6th. That's the reason I said yes. Again, First impression, I was over the top. And, of course, I know Stratton, have been involved with other boards with him, and when he said, this is a good one, he was right. So All-Stars Project. Write it down, folks. Give him a call. And allstars.org. It's that simple. Antoine Joyce, Hank Neely, a giant thank you to you all, and we'll see you down the road.
Thank you, Scott.
All right. And we're back with more after this.